Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Aman here. Today I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks on how to pass your driving test. Now, Saturday's video, from the camera, okay, so Saturday's video I explained how, the routes I took and how much I spent, but I never actually told you guys on how you can pass. So in this video, I'm going to give you 6 tips on how to pass your driving test. There may be more, but these are the ones I'm 100% sure. Okay. Number 1, book your test when you're 100% sure you're good. Actually, no, don't do that, okay. Book your test when your instructor tells you to, because your instructor is the one that knows if you're a safe driver or not. So if your instructor says, don't book a test, don't. But if he says, okay, book it, I recommend you do. But that doesn't mean you still can't look for tests. Now, I recommend booking a test way after you think you're ready. Like, let's say, take me for example. I started driving in April, and sorry, it looks like the camera's falling a bit. For God's sake, this. Okay. I can't put it where it doesn't fall. Okay. So, a tip for me, was I started driving in April. I learned to drive in April, but I booked my test in June. I booked it in December, and I didn't tell my instructor until it hits, until we came back from Iran was when I told him. I said, hey, Jeff, I'm going to be honest, I booked a test in December. Actually, no, I did tell him. But I didn't specifically tell him all the details. I just told him I have a test at December. I just didn't tell him what time and you know what. But yeah, so the test that was in December that I booked was in Swindon at 8:20. So if I didn't get any cancellations, that would have been when I did my test, which would have been in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I booked my test, and then when it came to September, Jeff told me, you know what, it's better if you can get a cancellation, you just have to pay a bit extra, which is fine. I was like, that's fine. As long as I can get my test done quickly, it's fine. So they basically, I put the phone number in the description for the last video, and I'll put it in this one. Basically, this guy, he's on WhatsApp, they're driving test cancellations. So what they do is you have to book a test. It doesn't matter where, just book one. Like, I booked mine in Newport, and then they changed it into, they changed it here, in Swindon. But, yeah, that's what you should do. So book your test in Newport, because they need a driving test number, reference number, so that they can change the booking. So if you get the reference number, they can then go, okay, we'll find you a test at this time you want and this date you want. So I put the date between the 11th of November. No. No, I put the date for I think it was the 28th of October to the 2nd of November. And they gave me a test on 8 o'clock Saturday on the 28th. And then, yeah, I booked it, and luckily, yeah, everything went well. They booked it for me at 8 o'clock, which is perfect. I just had to pay £50 and then 50, and then 5. So I paid a 50 on the first, and then I paid £15 after because it, cost more. So yeah, I booked it for then, and then I managed to do the same thing again for November, which was on my Saturday test. So yeah, try and get some. So the first one is get cancellations, as well as book your test as soon as possible. As soon as you start driving, just book it. It doesn't matter when it is, and then that way you can change it to a cancellation. But yeah, oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Okay, so the October one I did was for my November, was the one in December which I changed. But for this one in November, it was the Newport one. Anyway, so the second step is make sure to watch driving videos. I recommend watching Clearview Driving. I think it's Aman. I don't remember her name. Anyway, she's very good at teaching you guys all the minors and majors, because she actually puts it down, and then you can also go and check it out as well. And I also recommend checking DGN Driving as well, because he says the reason why he gave that serious. So it's always good to look at mock test videos, because you can then see like, oh, this guy got a fail because he went into the wrong lane, or this guy or this girl got a major because some cats are crying. Anyway, so yeah, then you'll get a major for like you hit the curb or something. So yeah, basically it's a good way for you to realize what the majors are and how not to do it. And yeah, that's basically the second step. Just watch videos on YouTube about mock tests. I recommend watching mock tests in your hometown. I watched a lot of mock tests in Swindon as well. Check out Chris Driving. I'll leave a link to his one in the description as well. One of his mock tests that I watched. In fact, one of my instructor's car was actually in the video, so I'll put it down in the description. But yeah, it's a good way for you. If you search mock test in your hometown, like let's say you're in Cardiff, Swansea, Bristol, London, just put mock test and then it'll take you down the areas, so that way you can become an expert at those places. Anyway, moving on to number 3 is I recommend try and not stress. Don't stress about the exam. Just don't. Don't tell anyone, because that's going to increase it more. And I recommend, if you have any jobs, do not say, oh, I've got a test next week, so this is perfect. Don't do that. Just say that, can you put the job can you reserve the job until I can manage to find a test? Because if you tell people you have a test, not only is it going to embarrass you if you fail, but it's going to stress you more, because you have to try and prove to these guys that you passed, which is what I did. I told every single family member that I had a test. I was like, oh guys, I have a test in October, so yeah, I'm hopefully going to pass, yippee. But then I failed. But then when I did the second time, the only people who knew was my mum, my dad, and my instructor, Jeff. Those were the only 3 people that knew about my test. And then when it got close to my test day, I told maybe 2 of my friends that I had a test coming up on Saturday. And yeah, they were like, good luck and shit. And yeah, basically that's how it worked. I'm sorry, why is my phone so curved? Anyway, so yeah, basically I just told them, and it got my stress very low. Like, I'm telling you, my stress was like perfect. I was a bit tired when I woke up, but I had no stress. Like, the only time I had stress on Saturday was when I parked up and he told me whether I passed or failed, which obviously I passed. No, I would have brought my certificate so you guys could see it, but if you want to see it, you just watch the last video. Besides, it's upstairs, I can't be asked. I'm still waiting for my license as well. A lot of my friends saying it will take a week, which I believe them, to be honest. It's not going to take 3 weeks for your license to come. Because, to be honest, they basically just have to copy your... Because, actually, no, wait. It might even come sooner, to be honest, because if you think about it, all they're doing is just putting your picture and your details onto a card and then sending it to you. But yeah, because my provisional said that it would take 6 weeks. No, my provisional said it would take 3 weeks and it took 3 days. Like, I'm being honest, like, it took 3 days for my provisional to come. So, who knows, it might come soon. Anyway, so another thing I've got to mention, yeah, just don't stress and don't tell anyone. Anyway, moving on to number 4 is take a paracetamol and banana. Trust me, it works. I guarantee you will have less stress. If you, let's say you do have stress because you've told everyone, I recommend having a banana and also a protein shake as well. A protein shake, paracetamol, and a banana. I know those 3 are the weirdest things to have on a morning, but trust me, it works. So basically, the reason why is because paracetamol can calm you down. Banana can also has vitamin B, which will calm you down. And protein shakes, they give you energy. So when I had a protein shake, a banana, and a paracetamol, it actually worked. You know, because I got to the exam. It was basically just like me going to like it just felt like a normal day. Like, it didn't feel like I was doing a driving test. It just felt like I was doing a mock test with my instructor, just with a different person. And yeah, which leads me on to my next one, which is number 5. Talk to the examiner. Talk to him. Trust me, talk to the examiner. Tell him how his day is. Tell him how long he's doing the job for. Trust me, it works. Don't talk to him like so much so that you get distracted. But when you're on a quiet road or in traffic, just tell the examiner, hey, what's up? I had my examiner Barney, shout out to him. Yeah, so I was talking to Barney. He said like he's been driving. He's been an instructor for 8 years, but he's done it in somewhere else, not in Swindon. And then I told him Swindon's kind of a bad place to come, to be honest. And then I told him like, is this his first like test of the day? And he said, yeah. I was like, driving examiners don't really get much respect, to be honest, even though like. And then I said to him that most people actually think like there's a pass limit, and then he said, no, that's not true. So yeah, we basically just talked like normal human beings. So if you're not the talkative kind, and you're just there like, that's not really going to help, because the examiner knows you're doing the thing, but if you're not talking, they're just going to think, why is this guy not saying anything? But yeah, I recommend also listen to their feedback. Listen to like, if this is your first test, they'll tell you what everything's going on. Like, they'll tell you, oh, we're going to carry an emergency stop, we're going to do a reverse bit parking or a parallel parking. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do sat nav. Yeah. And also, yeah, I recommend talk to the examiners whenever you're going on a quiet road. So let's say like you're going down a road, there's no cars, there's no people, so you could basically just talk. I obviously did my test in the morning at 8, so there was no one there. There was less cars, less people. There wasn't really much pedestrians on the roads, or like walking on the roads, I meant, or like on the pavement. So yeah, that gave me more chance to like focus. Also, another thing, this is an additional one. Book your test in the morning, trust me. Always get a morning weekend one, like ones on Saturday, because it's so quiet, especially in Swindon as well. I recommend coming to Swindon to do your test. It's so quiet on a Saturday morning. Anyway, now on to my final step, my 6th one. This one is the most important one. Trust me, this is so important. So important, okay? And I recommend you listen to this, okay? So for the driving test on the 6th one, this is the final thing. do not, and I repeat, do not insult the examiner. Do not, like... Actually, no, that wasn't the one I was talking about, no. I kept saying do not, but I actually forgot what it was. That is one, do not, like, insult the examiner. What was the other one? I actually forgot what the other one was. Let's see, which is one I didn't talk about? Oh yeah. I just realized what it was. Okay. Another thing, okay, is do not, okay, don't bring someone that's going to, no, don't have an instructor who does not care about your driving, who just wastes time and stuff. Get a good instructor. This is the most important thing ever. Have a good instructor. Have someone that's going to help you get to your driving test, like help you pass. Don't have an instructor that says that's just wasting your money, wasting your time, wasting everything. Book a good instructor. And another thing is, don't lose your certificate, by the way. Your certificate is the most important thing for driving. If you lose that, you're fucked. You can't drive until your license comes. You can't even go to the DVSA or the test center to get a new one. That just wouldn't work. They only give you one copy and that's it. If you lose it, you're fucked. Goodbye. Anyway, so this video has been going on way too long. So yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry if it's like this, but if you did enjoy, please leave a big fat thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you passed or failed, and I will like and comment down for your post. Now, I did say I was going to comment down the cancellation phone number. It's on a WhatsApp, by the way. And I'll also leave a link to the driving test, the mock test that was in Swindon that I was in. And I'll also, funny enough, I'll leave a link to the DVSA from where it'll talk about all the syllabus, like what's happening on the driving test, just so you can 100% be sure for when it comes. So yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. Hope you guys are watching. Take care and peace.